Welcome to What the Fact.
What the fuck?
Shana Tova to the early Rosh Hashanah participants, celebrators,
Yes.
whatever it is, L'chaim, Happy New Year.
L'chaim. Welcome to episode 6. This is What the Fact. I feel like we do a really poor job of announcing, at least I do, of announcing that this is What the Fact when we start talking. So hey guys.
Where am I?
Where am I? You are listening to What the Fact on...
What the Fact?
On something. Through a speaker.
To our local sponsors and partnerships who are hosting.
Oh, Ashley got so excited she wanted to play this song. Ashley wanted to play this song from her own phone again.
It was so good.
We love it. We love that song.
Gets us in the mood.
That should be like my alarm clock. Well, no, because I'd be putting in a really bad mood when I started recording. So I'd be like, I gotta wake up.
Yeah, you want to condition yourself for this to be an enjoyable experience and a negative experience.
You're right.
When you wake up, you want to hear DMX. That's what you want to listen to. Up in here, up in here.
What's that?
Gonna make me lose control.
Who sings X gonna give it to you? Gonna give it to you.
That's DMX.
Is that DMX? Is that like...
I'm pretty sure that's DMX.
I don't know.
X gonna give it to you. Gonna give it to you.
Oh man. All right. Well, thank you for listening so far. We have 3 really great questions this week, and we're so excited for you guys to listen along. Also, we highly encourage you, if you're listening, to send your answers to the questions we're asking. Like, send them to us because we want to see how you would answer our questions.
And we will read them.
We will
The
read
best
them.
ones will get read.
Because there aren't good ones, too.
Because there aren't good ones?
Just kidding.
No.
So we're working on a lot of ideas right now. We went through an activity where we planned out like what we have dreams for our podcast and what we want to do within the next year and stuff. So we've got some really
And
like
how to shorten other words. From podcast.
podcast.
We're starting a new language. Hopefully you can learn it with us.
But I think we have a lot of things that we really want to do, and we really hope you guys want to come along for the ride. So yeah, if you have any recommendations or anything like that too, feel free to share it with us. Again, we have an email address. It's hello@wtfaqpodcast.com. It's hello@wtfaqpodcast.com.
And we're on all the other social mediums.
Yeah.
That was a really good NPR voice.
Thank you.
I wanted to give you credit to that.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's talk about our sweaty balls. Do you not remember that sketch from Saturday Night Live?
Of course.
Wait, oh, right.
South Park.
Well, no.
The
Okay, so
original
South Park does have a
SNL.
thing with Chef and the
sweaty balls.
And the sweaty balls. But yes, you're correct that did
Yeah.
come from SNL first.
So these
That's my
balls,
bad.
They're so sweaty and they're so good.
So moist.
So moist. What was that, like an NPR delicious dish? That's what it was. Those are old school. If you guys are too young to know this, look up delicious dish on YouTube from Saturday Night SNL. Yeah,
Get it that we're old.
we're so old.
We get it that
So old.
we could be your grandmother.
Someone get my Ben Gay. My legs are cramping up.
Hey, Grampy.
Crampy. Anyway, again, if you guys don't know, I know I don't know if you're jumping into this with episode 6, but I'm Patricia.
I'm Ashley.
Stephanie.
Is her name.
That is my name. Sometimes.
Stephanie. Unlike, was the last episode that Ashley called me Rebecca. That's not my name.
But now we're going to just remind
It's a street
ourselves.
name.
Yeah.
Say my name. Say my name.
It's Rebecca.
Rebecca. To all you Rebeccas out there.
We hate you.
Ashley's got you on your minds. But apparently it's not a positive thing.
Oh, no.
She
Just
loves
kidding.
you. It's not negative.
Don't look at me. Look at me.
Quit eyeing me that way while you're saying that. Eyeing me as a verb. You're eyeing me.
On to our first question.
On to our first question. It is 2 episodes in a row. I think I'm starting out this time. So this is a would you rather, and I love would you rathers. And in fact, we've been thinking about doing a would you rather Spitfire episode, which I think could be super fun. So if you guys have any good recommendations for those, send them to us.
I have a solid one saved. Courtesy from my mother. Thanks,
Oh,
Mom.
I'm so nice of your mother for
I
would you
know.
rathers.
She's helpful.
That's good. I'm really glad to hear that. So, my first question, let me get it out here because it's one that I need to be able to read as opposed to just say it from memory, so I don't have a good memory. So, would you rather be the world's most talented at a particular skill that nobody cares about, or would you rather be slightly better than all your friends at a popular skill?
So, why do we have to be better than our friends?
I think because
Notoriety.
that's where you would show off the skill too, right? So I'm thinking of like, an example. Would you rather be like really good at pulling wings, like the best person of pulling wings off grasshoppers? I don't know.
Oh, no.
Okay, so whatever. Okay,
Sociopath.
but see, nobody cares about this.
No, don't hurt anything.
Would you rather be the best in your friend group at playing guitar? So like,
yeah.
If you were with your friends, you'd be like, hey, I'll bring my guitar and I'll play it around the bonfire. Or would you be like, I am the world's best guitar or grasshopper leaf or leg puller or whatever? But you know what I mean? Like, would you rather be extremely good at a skill that nobody really cares about, or the best in your friend group?
You can go first.
I'm gonna go with slightly better at a lot of things versus the best at. I'm gonna say that because I don't normally say I'm the best at this, and so even if I was, even if it was something so ridiculous, I would not want to showcase that over being a little bit better than things. It's just kind of a fun like party trick to play.
But what would be your slightly better than skill?
I would love, like, the thing I would have loved to be a little bit better at than a lot of people is something I've actually always wanted to do and never really got around to.
Stripping.
I wanted to be a little bit stripping. No, God no. The piano.
Oh.
And so I feel like at certain parties, playing in the piano is really fun. I remember being in high school and a friend of mine can play the piano really well, and all of a sudden, like, he'd play the Cheers theme song or like something by the Beatles. Exactly. And it's just like a lot of fun. It's just something fun to pull out at random times that just make the experience a little bit more enjoyable than to be like, everybody look at me doing this thing that nobody cares about.
Let me go find some grasshoppers in the
yard. No, I would never harm a grasshopper.
Look at my collection of wings in a bag.
Oh, God. Jesus. Was that what you send in with your clippings of who you murdered?
What?
I mean, it's organized in my desk.
Ah.
I mean, I don't know. Crazy. I think it's I like the idea of being able to share a skill that everyone, like, that my friends know. So the question is figuring out like where do you derive your value?
Yeah.
Because having value and amongst your friends versus just like self-content is very different.
Well, does this go into a little bit of a leader versus a follower situation? Because I've always been a little bit of a follower. I don't mind being that. I've never had any desire to be a leader, so I don't need to be the best at anything. But if I can help somebody be a little bit better at something that I'm a little bit better than them at, I'm happy to do that more than to be like, here's this massive thing that's so ridiculous that I can never teach you, but here is this like minuscule thing that you are interested in that I happen to be all right at.
Yeah, I think it's the intention of where you want the answer to be, right? Because if you're like, I'm a little bit better than you, my friends, that's very boom, mother effers, as Patricia would say, or mofus, versus being like, I'm wise in my craft. Let me help you, young grasshopper. Oh, too soon. But you know what I mean? But I think when people have really weird activities that they like or that are really unique, I love talking to those people because it's just a different, a different part of the world that I'm not a part of. Even if it's just like pulling off wings off of grasshoppers.
I would not want to be your friend or stay for that conversation.
Definitely a psychopath.
Yeah.
But like, hopefully there's a reason why that person's doing that.
So say this person's skill instead is the person who can tear apart styrofoam the fastest.
You're making
if
it
they
hard.
can make like a monetary value out of this or find some sort of very niche
But the question
job.
is, though, it's a skill that nobody really cares about. But you're clearly the world's best at it. But nobody really cares about the skill. So it's not like you're curing cancer, but you're also just like, man, I'm really good at measuring doorways. Okay.
I mean, it's that one like Pizza Hut commercial? The guy like makes the boxes the
Domino's.
Domino's.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It's like nobody really cares about that, but somehow got on TV, didn't he?
True.
I mean, we care.
That doesn't change my answer.
But they have like competitions though for like box building competitions, right? I'm pretty sure they do.
I'd rather be able to play piano minorly at some party
Okay.
than be the best at building Domino's pizza boxes.
Fair.
Or eating sofa cushions.
Oh.
That's a thing.
That somebody is the best at that in the world.
Yeah. It's called my weird
died
obsession.
already.
Could you imagine, like, I think there's something that we could be the best at in the world. Like, but what is it, Maybe I'm the best at asking awkward questions in random moments. Or maybe I'm the best farter in my bed. You know what I mean? Oh, that's definitely.
That's also a superpower.
I'm the best at making co-founders feel very uncomfortable around me in companies.
Yeah, I don't know. I think if it's with the intent of being like, I'm better than my friends at this, but with the idea to help people to teach them, then I'm cool with that, other than like an ego play.
Yeah.
But I think if there's something, it has to do with like where you receive your happiness.
Yeah.
If you're really happy by doing something that no one cares about, then why does it matter? Because the assumption in that is that you're assuming that I would glean happiness from something that people would care about, which I may not care about that to begin with.
Yeah.
You know?
So here's the thing so I've gone back and forth on this answer for mine. Because I think, like, if you're the best in your friend group, like, say, like, playing piano, right? But then the person who's, like, second best in your group is like, I'll play piano. Then you'd feel awkward about showing.
No, that'd be awesome. But
Okay.
that's where the follow a leader situation comes
Yeah.
in. Like, if I found somebody who's just as good or like slightly not as great, then that just sounds like a fun situation for us to like duel and have everybody like sing along to whatever we're playing.
What if second best in your group that was like so bad, and you're like, good job, Bob. Good job.
We all know from the reality show episode that I will not compliment somebody on doing a shit job.
And then
Fair.
The
Stephanie
shit answer on Family Feud's a shit job.
That's why
Playing
we'll
the
never have
piano.
Stephanie's
Go
family
back
on
to
there.
singing.
I quit this family.
I quit this family.
No.
All right. Well, I think. Well, also, like, if your skill were useful but nobody cared about it, still, like, how would I think there's a way you can monetize that too. So, like,
Yeah.
man,
Correct.
I am the best at guessing what time it is without having a clock, which obviously is not me because I have
You have
8 clocks.
16 zillion clocks here.
It's quadrupled since last episode.
Oh my God. I feel like most questions that have been asked can be brought back to a Seinfeld episode. There is a Seinfeld episode about the guy whose primary job is to be a wake-up caller, like to call people to wake them up in the mornings. But then like Elaine starts dating him and then it ruins the whole thing. So just like recognizing what time it is, but I feel like that could be easily like.
Do you think people
Put
would
aside.
still pay, like, if there's an app that they could sign up for, that you would be the wake-up person? You could be like, "Good morning, Stephanie."
Yeah,
This is your wake-up
absolutely.
call."
Did you not see the movie Her?
Yeah.
Or like just having the voice, just having something that makes it seem more familiar or more like a real person.
But I
just
think it'd be
somehow
fun to
makes
have
it
a
bigger.
website where it's just like we, us three, offer our voices for morning wake-up calls.
I mean, they've done that
They
with a
could
lot
choose.
of like GPS units, right? Like it's
It's
not
true.
just the very typical like whatever female and like sometimes a British male. Like you can actually use ridiculous celebrities who are willing to offer their
Wasn't like
voices.
Snoop Dogg did one, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think on Waze you can ask for the Cookie Monster to read your directions, like Cookie Monster, turn right, yum 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 yum.
That just makes the commute so much better.
It infuriated my man. We were getting lost, and I switched the voice to Cookie Monster when we were getting lost and we were late, and it was like.
Shut the front door.
Yeah, he was like, why? And he was like, Cookie Monster, go around the right time, yum, yum,
Oh my
yum, yum.
God. My parents one time came to visit me in San Francisco, and my dad had the like female voice GPS unit on, and it was like way back when GPS was like soon starting, and you'd kind of go into the middle of downtown, and the whole screen would just start spinning. And this woman's trying to tell you to go left and right. And my mom just got so fucking pissed at it that he had to just completely turn it off or change it to a man because she was so upset, and it was also spinning, so they were lost. I just think it's just an
man.
incredible situation
great.
to be in.
It's still better than, like, remember those days when you printed off maps on like MapQuest?
Oh, yeah.
Instead of a huge map you'd unfold, you'd have like a pile of papers in your front seat, like highlighting routes. I'm like, where the F, where am I going here? Where am I?
Oh my A frequent theme in Patricia's life.
Where am I?
Oh, no.
Well, you know, when the iPhone came out with Siri, I think in certain countries they couldn't have Siri be a female's voice because other countries, like in Germany and China, they didn't, like, their focus group showed that they didn't want a woman telling them what to do.
I feel like there's a sub niche group in Germany that only wanted women to tell
They're
them
like,
what to
damn
do.
it, Siri, why aren't you defaulted to
Yeah.
a woman?
Garada
Nine!
house, baby. Die Ecke, gerade aus, immer geradeaus.
Oh
Wait, what was
my.
just said?
Erst nach links, dann nach rechts.
Did you just ask for In and
Why
Out?
am I so turned on?
That's my attempt at German.
Was it? Did you
I
say
said
real words?
go straight, continue on straight. First turn left, then turn right.
Wow, I didn't know you were so bilingual.
I've never heard German before in my life. What is this?
Oh my god!
You just had the spirit lifted in you for just German directions.
I was just inhabited by a German female.
Pretty sure that's called what is it? A
Poltergeist? No.
no, not a poltergeist. Oh my gosh! What are those soldiers that are like turned off and awake word? Just kind of like
Oh, sleeper agents?
sleeper
Yes.
agents. Thank you.
Ich bin ein Sleeper Agent.
You're a sleeper
What if my
agent.
sleeper agent was Cookie Monster?
Oh, Cookie.
She starts terrorizing the city once you hear
Just
Cookie
terrorizing
Monster.
bakeries.
Is this a cookie?
Cookie, give me
And you wake up and your first question is, where am I?
Then I wake up and I'm like, hi, let's talk about advertising.
No,
Sleeper
God.
agent where, give me cookies.
Your clothes are torn to shreds. There's cookies all over you.
I just
Like,
start-
not again.
Your
I start
chocolate
hulking
stupid
out
face.
into like blue fur from my chest, and my eyebrows start growing to take over my face.
I mean, that's me on a daily basis.
I just become Cookie. I somehow have a trash can that I come out of that I carry with
Wait, that's
me.
not Cookie Monster.
Is that not Cookie
No, that's
Monster?
Oh my
it was like
God.
the green guy in the garbage.
Oh.
The
can.
Grouch, right?
The-
Yeah, it's
Grouch. Yeah, I think I
Oh
can remember.
man, I mean,
Oscar the Grouch.
that's
Oscar the
right.
Grouch.
That's right. All same, very furry. I just come into a meeting after lunch. I'm
I
like,
like that idea. No, I feel like a question should be, and you've already answered it, of like, if you were to Hulk out into something other than Hulk, what would it be? Apparently
Actually,
the
a
Cookie
Cookie
Monster.
Monster.
there are definitely other things that I would like to Hulk out into, but maybe we could take that question
Yeah,
next
maybe
time.
some other time. All right, so anyway, thank you for asking my question. I'm going to pass it on because that was good tangents we got into.
All right.
I'm still dying.
We definitely have to talk about that
my
next
God,
time.
That's so good. That's really good.
am Cookie Monster. C is for cookie.
Stephanie's
Jesus,
just
for cookies. You just like pound down the door like through a door.
Could you imagine making a horror
Because
movie?
now I become
no.
the Kool-Aid man combined with Cookie Monster.
I mean, terrorizing bakeries, of course.
No, that could be our own horror movie. Is Cookie Monster terrorizes San Francisco?
Oh
It's like
my
I terrorize
God.
Mrs. Fields, like, get it, no cookie. I can't look at Stephanie. Right
she's
now.
Stephanie's living out her dream movie in her mind.
Fun fact, my first word was cookie, so I feel very strongly about you becoming the Cookie Monster.
Oh my
It
God.
feels like home. What's the next question?
It was meant to be that you will take over this show.
Okay, next question.
Next question.
I was looking through my phone for a phone number,
Yeah.
and then I realized, I was like, man, when was the last time I cleaned out my cell phone numbers? Which is never in my case. So I have my two questions for y'all
Mhm.
are to figure out how frequently do you clear numbers from your cell phone? And then what is the funniest description you have for a rando in your phone?
Whenever I meet somebody, I'm like, what's your first name, last name, social security number, and phone number? And so I put them all in there at one time.
Pin.
Mother's maiden name.
First make and model of your car. So I don't think I have anybody in my phone that's like
Really?
funny. Yeah.
I clear very systematically if I have a number in my phone and it's related to somebody more often or not that I've dated, and I don't want to date this person, I don't want to remember this person, and I'll delete their number and I'll be like, well, while I'm at it, I'll just go through and
You're
just start
cleansing.
deleting people.
I guess,
in terms of
yeah.
funny names, I actually never really had too many funny names. The worst I've had is just a reminder of how I found this person. Like,
Or exactly like
yeah,
that.
like, oh, this person used to be somebody's roommate. So I'll be like, oh, person's name, roommate of.
No,
And that's like the funniest it really gets. Yeah, it really doesn't get that intense in my phone, because then if I just like have a complete memory loss, like all of a sudden something shows up as like Cookie Monster, I'll be like, who the fuck is this person? What do they want from me?
when the cookie's calling, don't start answering. No, but here's something funny I read. I think it was on Reddit the other day, but the other person, someone was like, when a guy gives you his phone to put your number in, put the name as mom, so
Yep.
that way when you you text them and be like, hey, how's it going, and then or something, I can't remember what it was. So when you text them, whatever they text back, I think is to their mom. It's something like that. I'm completely off with what I'm
I
saying.
think it's something along the lines of they're gonna send you a dick pic, and now they think they sent their mom a dick pic.
Yeah.
Which happens
fair.
often.
I'm surprised
Ugh.
because I brought this question to a focus group. Focus group.
Oh my god.
Me meaning people we work with.
The door
Yeah.
you kicked down at the bakery.
After this was pre-hulking out as the Cookie Monster. And one of them was showing me, he's like, yeah, on all the dates that I've gone on Grindr, I'll have the first name and then G for Grindr. And
I will,
then-
yeah, I'll put in like Tinder or OkCupid or wherever I met them from.
Okay. So for mine, I'm trying to think. I have two of them that were pretty funky on my phone. One of them was this guy when I was in Seattle who wanted to go on a date, and I just had his name as Carrie Hornitos.
What?
Because there was just a Mexican bar that we met at
Okay.
that was serving Hornitos. The second one is
Okay.
actually one of my man's friends. So when we first started dating, we got into this fight, and it was a pretty big one. And his friend was like, "Just get her flowers. They'll make everything all right."
In that exact voice.
That's the exact voice. So
Just get her flowers.
to
slow down.
flowers, cookies. So then to redact his name, because he might listen to this, I put Ben, the misogynist.
Oh, fair.
And I left it in my phone for years until I realized he wasn't an asshole.
Aw.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Redemption
enough.
story.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm looking through my phone right now to see if I have anything in here.
That's a solid suggestion. I haven't even.
Mine are all so boring. I mean, people. Oh, I've got like a D-level celebrity in here. I hope this is the right phone number for them, because that's awkward. I have like radio station numbers in here.
I have. Oh, this is one of my favorites. I have Connor of Rick and Connor. It's Connor, and I know Rick, but I don't really know Connor.
Of Rick and
So
Connor.
it's Connor of Rick and Connor.
It sounds like a Game of Thrones name, like Connor of Rick and Connor.
Of his like throne and the people that he like.
Why do I
completely
have
overseas.
Arm & Hammer customer support in here?
I
you
would
see
also like to
that?
know.
I
It's
don't know
there.
why. What could you call Arm and Hammer about for their customer
Like,
support?
Why in the world is in my contacts?
Like,
on
I
my
don't like your
phone?
baking soda.
We should try calling them
Yeah.
sometime.
That's the funniest one I have, unfortunately.
I mean, I have one called Wayne.
I mean, I have a bunch of first names, which is why I always add a Tinder or whatever to the end of it. I have
Yeah,
like
I have
8,000
nothing
Davids
interesting.
in my phone. Which David are you?
Yeah, I do like after I break up
But
with
how
somebody, I do like clear out like the heart emojis after their name or whatever.
Oh, I won't do the heart
Oh.
emojis. I don't want to tie emotions.
But I will clear those things out. But I don't think I clear out like people from my phone because I want to have them.
Oh no,
collector.
I definitely clear, but it's usually after like kind of a really bad breakup or dating situation in which this David sucked and like delete him, and I'm
David
like, there's 4 other
175.
Davids I don't like, and just start deleting to the point where now I just have random
F
numbers
David.
texting me dick pics, and I'm like, who are you?
So if you're David, you're no longer in Stephanie's phone.
How many Davids do you have in your phone right now?
Solid question.
So when
give me a second.
When I
Give
was
me a
asking
second.
other people these questions, they were saying that they don't want to clear their phone in case some of the people that they met could be famous one day.
I have 4. One of them is just a David. I don't know what David is. I've
All
got
right.
2 last names. I've got a Tinder, and I've got a just a David. I don't know. I don't
Just
know.
just
David.
a David.
Just David.
Just David. Oh, got you.
I don't know who that is.
Well,
Should we call him now?
Ooh.
Be like, you're on the air.
You're on the air.
Yeah.
WTFAQ. FM.
Why
Hey,
did you
Davids.
send this dick pic?
But luckily, only one David Tinder. There used to be several David Tinders, and I'd have to separate them out individually, like David Tinder Jew or David. Oh, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. I had to associate them in some way. There's a lot of
All right.
Davids out there.
Thanks.
Too many Davids.
Well, I think that's it for my cue, ladies. Sorry it wasn't as lively as normal.
Oh, that was
Very
really good. I just wish I had more answers. I think But what I do though, like I will before phones were easier to lock. So like back in the day, I used to go into my friends' phones like when they go to the bathroom and change all the names on their like most popular called numbers.
What?
So it'd be like their mom. I would change to like the president or something funny. Like I thought it was like the funniest thing ever. Or like I would change my number in there to be like someone else I thought it was. So they would like send like, I'd be like, hey, how's it going? And they'd be like, Patricia? And I'm like, no, I told you this is The Rock.
This is David.
This is the
David
Cookie
from
Monster.
Tinder.
This is David the Jew from Tinder.
There was
Have you
David from
guys
Tinder.
ever-
There was David from J-Swipe. There was David from OkCupid. There was a lot of Davids.
A lot of David.
And
David.
I made it very clear I date a lot, and I apparently have a Valley Girl accent. Thanks so much.
just
I
couldn't
will
hold
work with a
back.
vocal coach. I don't know what else to do.
I just know I love it.
But it's been
Please
weird
don't stop.
listening. We've been talking about this offline a little bit, like listening to our own voices after we record.
So please never say offline again.
I know. God
I
damn
don't
it.
know how to stop
Damn
it.
But there have been times where I was like, why do I sound like Seinfeld a little bit? And I don't love it.
I like
I,
my
I
voice.
think your voice is great. I think I sound like a nasally clown horn. Is that what
I sound like if Laura Prepon was from Southern California.
Fair.
Fair,
I mean,
fair,
I
fair.
like my voice. I don't care.
I don't know.
I ain't seen no vocal coach.
I feel like I need to go over some Jerry Seinfeld like scripts, be like, "Why is a banana a banana? What's up with that?"
That is not Jerry Seinfeld.
Jerry,
Close.
are you in here? Where are
I
you?
was Jerry as an Asian woman.
Also, I feel like if we were on Seinfeld, you would not be Jerry.
I don't know who I'd be. I haven't watched a lot of Seinfeld.
I feel like I would be George. I feel like I'm very much a George.
I hope you don't call
A
me
little bit of an Elaine when she gets really testy, like really mad.
So speaking of Seinfeld, I read an article the other day that was like Friends has not aged well.
no,
Basically,
it's terrible.
And I was like, man, I've never really thought about this because I used to love watching Friends, but there are so many things in that show. You're like, ooh. Today, if I watched it, I'd be like, this would be very
Like what?
inappropriate.
I don't remember.
So, like,
most of it.
Most
Really?
most
Oh,
of the
yeah.
storylines are just very either misogynistic or they are
Homophobic.
They aren't as PC as we've become. It's become normal to us.
Which is why, like, I also kind of love Seinfeld because they do have the episode of
Yeah.
a homosexual couple, and they always say, like, when they refer to them, they go, and there's nothing wrong with it. Like,
Yeah.
they make fun of the fact that it's become PC and we're fine with it, but some aren't, so they always just have to
but
emphasize
in the same
that.
article, they talked about shows that have aged well, and Seinfeld is one they say
Yeah,
is the
Seinfeld
best.
is genius.
Yeah.
It will always be genius. It's one of
Do
my
you
favorite shows of all
blame
time.
the writers or the actors for Friends not aging well?
No, because I think at the time when you exist, and I know this can be argued both ways for different actions that people take, the whole Me Too movement, whatever. But I feel like entertainment back in the 90s was just different, and we thought differently. And back then, that was culturally appropriate. And if we could be recording something right now that in 10 years we look back and we're like, oh man, don't listen to that, you know? So I think as we change our minds, as things change, you have to be a little forgiving, but also if it goes against like hurting somebody, like we've seen with the Me Too movement, that's different than like changing the way that we think.
Or shows starting at this completely awkward moment to begin with, so it can get much more like awkward or worse. Like when you have Jerry Seinfeld and Larry David writing something, it's just immediately going to be an awkward situation
Yeah.
that it's not going to be offensive. It's just going to be hard to watch. It's very
True.
different than just like writers intentionally writing something
True.
of Ross saying something homophobic and misogynistic in the exact same moment.
Yes.
Well, the reason why I'm asking this is because I just watched the Dave Chappelle stand-up, Sticks and Bones, and he basically talks about this a little bit to be like, you know, when we look back, a lot of things were just like of that time, and people get in trouble for that, right? So like Kevin Hart was supposed to host the Oscars, and then, you know, he said something homophobic in a stand-up, I don't know, whatever, years ago, and then they basically made him pull out from that.
Yeah.
And it's like,
How do you judge and how do you make
exactly.
calls based on it? Yeah.
Exactly. Or who's the most powerful person who's pushing that decisioning to push him away from that?
Right. There's got to be someone else behind there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I feel like when it comes to decisions like that, it's actually a group of people who are nobodies, but enough of them have come together
Twitter.
to say
Twitter has found
Twitter
it.
Twitter as a whole has come together to say we don't like this person,
Yeah.
or we overly like this
Yeah, we gotta protect them or
person
something
that is
weird.
just as detrimental, and decisions
You really
can be
think
made
it's
that
the
way.
populace that's driving this?
Yeah.
The
To not
populace
have-
drives the decisions in things that don't matter and not in the things that do matter.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not to make this overly political.
Yeah. Well, on that note, we should probably move on to our next question.
My question's a lot lighter. Okay.
Oh, all lighter. Okay.
Oh, later.
Okay, let's do this.
Well, take us to the next section of the show.
And Stephanie.
This
going.
Broadway. Okay.
That was my favorite part
So
of the
my
episode.
question is, if you could trade places with any celebrity, who would you trade places with? I will open it up to the floors. Or I can answer first if nobody is sure what to say. Because I have a couple.
You go
Who would I
first.
trade places with? Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to go first. Okay, I have two people that I would trade
All
places
right, trade
with.
one of them now. Tell us one now, then we'll come back around to you.
Okay. My first is going to be Selma Hayek.
Oh, why?
Because one, she's so hot. Just objection. Like, there's nobody who's going to be like, oh, Selma Hayek. Like, come on. She's
I've had better.
like, she's the hottest person in the world. Not only that, she's like married to a billionaire out of love. That is so rare.
How does that happen?
It's crazy that
How do
she's
you know
married
that
to
it's
this.
out of love? How do
What?
you know if it's out of love? I don't know that much about
She
her.
doesn't need to be married or married somebody for their money. She did just fine on her own. She has made zero bad investments. Like, she's doing fine. So she's just super hot. Everybody loves her. And she is married to a billionaire out of love. So that's my first choice. I will get to my second choice later. But yeah,
Okay.
she's so fucking hot.
Me?
Yeah,
Well,
go ahead.
man, I don't even know. I was just too caught up in Selma Hayek.
Right. See? You see why I chose her? Even straight women are like, oh, yeah.
I just thinking there's... I don't know if I want to trade up with a celebrity who's, like, still active or one who's, like, done with their career, you know? Like, it'd be nice to just be like, listen, I can walk into a restaurant and get whatever table I want and pay for it with whatever money, like, tons of money I
You
have
want
in
to
my
be like
bank
Patti
account.
LaBelle or something?
Oh, yeah. That used to be a nickname I had in college. Patti LaBelle.
Do they
Um,
only say it like that to you?
Only in my dreams. But no, I think maybe like Julia Roberts, who has done her thing, honed her craft, made her money, and now she's like, you know what? If I want to do a movie, I can do a movie, but I don't have to. But it's that kind of freedom. Like, I would trade with a celebrity like that. Like, she's still gorgeous. She's still got like the family who's still in acting. Like, she's got like Emma, her niece. Is that right?
Ugh.
But I think like that'd be kind of fun.
No, she's fine. But there's just been a lot of reports that she's very difficult to work with.
Yeah, well, that's what they say.
But
about
apparently
me,
Julia
too.
Roberts is just like wonderful to work with.
Oh,
but
really?
Emma Roberts is a little difficult.
But I mean, if I took over her personality, I'd be like, she'd be nice again. But I think that'd be great. Like, I just want the freedom of like not having to act or not having to do my skill to make money anymore if I don't have to.
Yeah, I'm conflicted because I would want to figure out. So I don't know if this is I know he's a celebrity, but he's sort of grown out of being a celebrity. So I was thinking being Ron Howard would be really cool. Because he's
solid
seen-
choice. That's
because-
a solid
yeah,
choice.
because he was a celebrity as a kid. He's seen
Mhm.
television develop. Now he's behind the screens producing crazy movies. He's
Incredible
seen,
movies.
yeah, he's seen the gamut of like television, which is pretty awesome. And he doesn't seem like an asshole. He
No.
sort of seems like this guy who's like, this is my passion. I got sort of like into this business. I'm just doing it. He
And a
knows it-
wonderful daughter who's
Yeah.
doing her own incredible career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Well,
I
I
think
did Arrested Development, and I would kill to have been on that set when that was being filmed. I love Arrested Development so much.
So good. It's so
Yeah.
good.
so. Yeah, Ron Howard's definitely top of my list of celebrity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Trade places with.
Mm-hmm.
Well, also, how are we defining celebrities? Is it purely entertainment? Or are we talking about like
I was going in the
CEOs?
entertainment, been on film of some sort type of career, which kind of leads me to like my second choice. If I could trade or at least be a part of, I'll go with trade. I would trade lives with Blake Lively.
Oh.
You know, my team that I worked with at my last job, like right before I started at that job, like right before, like the week before, whatever, they're in LA and they went to the Magic Mansion or whatever. Magic
Castle?
Magic Castle, yes.
I love
And-
magic.
So like apparently
Love
when you're there, they put you in like groups to go through it. And in their group, was Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, and Blake's little sister.
Oh my god!
And I get like they toured it, or they went through it with them, and I'm like, why did I not start just a little bit earlier?
No, seriously. I mean, one, she's again. I guess I go with just like really attractive women that I'd like to trade lives with, but she's also married to Ryan Reynolds, who is also extremely attractive, and from, you know, whatever word around town, whatever you want to call it, is just like a good human being. He's hilarious. I love that they rip each other apart on social media. And just, I don't know, just being a part of that relationship. It just seems like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Like they don't really have to work hard to be like a fun married working couple with cute kids.
Yeah.
What does Blake Lively do now? Has she?
Aren't they?
She was in A Simple Favor.
Oh,
but
I
aren't
don't
they
even know
bringing
that
back?
movie.
It was a really ridiculous movie. But she's just, you know.
But aren't they bringing back Gossip Girl?
But she's
What?
not a part of it. I don't
She's
think.
not?
I don't think so. I don't know the specifics. I don't think they're bringing back the original cast. It's just kind of another reboot.
I thought they were bringing back the original cast.
Oh, I don't know.
That bums me out.
Yeah, a little bit.
Wah wah. Wah wah.
What other celebrity would you want to trade places with?
Would I want to trade places with? I like the idea of having a skill. Like, I think acting is a skill, so don't get me wrong there. But I think there's, like, I really like rock stars and, like, being able to sing and just go crazy. Like, I would love to trade places with Lady Gaga. Like, I think she has an ability to, like, create music so easily and, like, sing and also just, like, try to push the envelope a little bit, and that's kind of fun.
I would fear trading places with Lady Gaga a little bit. I think she's incredible. I think she's a sensational artist. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to her personal career, which I'm taking this into all realms, you're not just like assuming they're acting or they're singing, you're assuming their lives. She's had a lot of issues with that. And when she was with like Taylor Kinney from Chicago Fire, if anybody watched, oh, he's so hot. And like that made sense to me. But then beyond that, she's just like been engaged like 3 different times.
I remember she was engaged to a guy from Nebraska.
Yeah, I feel like she's had a hard time with just like finding the one, and I don't know, it just seems like
I've had a hard time finding the one too, and she's younger
of
than
course, but that's why like I've chosen to trade I've chosen to trade lives, and you know, I can talk to this about with my therapist later, but like lives with somebody who's just like already married and just done and set, and now they're just like enjoying themselves and their relationship, or also working and going home to this like hot hubby who's also rich.
So I think it's really interesting that you both have chosen women to trade places with.
I know,
and I'm actually going to choose another man.
Who is it?
I like it.
I'm between 2. I would want to trade places with Mark Wahlberg. He's
Look at
intense.
Look at yourself in the mirror all day.
No, he's an entrepreneur. It's that same model. It's like he found success when he was younger. He's created a lot of movies. He's friends with Marky Mark. He's friends with like Will Ferrell. Has a very stable life, but a life that's like very family oriented. But he has like offshoots and has helped his brothers in other sets of businesses for their family. So I think there's just something.
The Wahlburgers.
Yeah, like,
the restaurants.
They have a restaurant in an airport. I feel like once your restaurant hits an airport, you know pretty much you're good.
So Guy Fieri.
I went to one it was in Toronto. I went to the Wahlburgers in Toronto.
Was it good?
I mean, I had poutine. That's all I had.
Oh, okay. But yeah, no.
Poutine, you can't go wrong.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other females who are entrepreneurs.
I think that is actually very interesting because you chose male entrepreneurs where I chose hot women with established husbands. I mean, I think that says a lot about like where we're going.
There's a male who I'd like to trade places with. There is one. Like, do you guys know the video gamer Ninja? He's been on a lot of like TV shows and commercials lately and stuff like that. Like, he's been pretty famous in the video game world. But I feel like he doesn't have to do much anymore to become more and more famous. Like, everything he does is just like newsworthy. So like that almost seems he's put in the work to get to where he is, but he's at the point too where he's just like he breathes and he makes $1 million, you know? So like I think that'd be kind of nice too. Like I feel like that's a good place to be, especially in this gaming world, and whatever he does, it's all in fun. He plays games, he supports like things that he has belief in. Like that's kind of cool. I wish I could be in that kind of place.
I feel like there's a lot of psychology behind that. I think that's very interesting that you've chosen out two people that's like, I could work or I don't have to, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Where I've chosen, like, I want the hot husband who loves me and is devoted to me, and that's cool. And then actually you chose, like, entrepreneurs are going to just keep going.
I'm like, I just want to be lazy.
I just want a husband, apparently.
I mean, if
And
you
Ashley wants money.
if you won the lottery, would you just stop working?
Yes.
No,
Really?
I wouldn't.
Yep. 100%.
I would keep working, but I would be like the asshole at work. I'd be like, "Ugh, I don't have to be here.
Oh, God.
But only for like 3 hours. And then I'd be like, see ya. But I would start my own company. I would find like, I like experimenting with things. So I'd be like, you know what? This year, I want to make my own little travel tourist store in the basement of my apartment. You know what I mean? Like, I would have fun with it and be like, I've always wanted to have my own salon and cut people's hair until I get closed down for
That's
being bad.
Awesome.
Or like, just like every year try something out. And should like a company or something started by get big, awesome. But then I can find a way like maybe to give that money away.
I would stop working. I wouldn't have told a single person I won the lottery. Like, nobody would know.
What would you do all day?
I would probably I would travel. I would probably go to some shops. I'd give a lot of money away. I wouldn't just hoard it all. I would give a lot of it away to charities, and I'd probably find a nice little house and maybe kind of work, but not really. At most, maybe open up some sort of tchotchke shop.
See?
And
where you sell your Jesus candles from
my Jesus candles
last episode.
No, so in Oakland, there's this place, this little town, Montclair. It's so funny. It's so cute. And it's just, run by tchotchke shops. And I don't understand how it works. Because, you can't be profitable off of that many tchotchke shops. There's got to be some sort of, underground realm. So I think I just want to, get more into knowing what the underground realm is with my tchotchke shop.
I just think it'd be fun to own a tchotchke shop, though. That'd be really fun. Or, I really like those ones that have, the smart ass sayings on them. You can get an apron that says the cooking don't stop here, or something, something stupid, I love those dumb things.
And we just found out your closet was just full of tchotchkes
and aprons with funny sayings.
Yeah.
But I just really like that kind of stuff, so it'd be really fun to own a store like that. But
I'd have to keep it in the store, because then you go to my house and you're you don't own things.
Yeah, I have way too much stuff in my apartment as is. I can't handle stuff, so I want it to be nothing in here. Yeah. It's just a bed and a couch. That's
Agreed.
my ideal dream place.
Yeah, I don't think I could. I don't think I would stop working. You always hear about lottery winners who their life quality just starts.
Well, they
decaying.
mess it up by buying their $10 million mansion.
Yeah, but then their lifestyles become different. Blah blah blah. I don't know. I think if I won the lottery, I'd definitely give some away. I'd start a couple new businesses just to incubate ideas.
Yeah.
And then and then I don't know, I would just save some and give away some to family and friends.
I think it'd be fun though. Here's my thing. Part of me is I don't want to blow it all, but then I'm listen, I'm not gonna have descendants. I don't think I'll have kids, so I just want to spend it while I can. Put the money back into people's hands.
Yeah.
Be the asshole where my will just says everything goes to Brigadier.
To your dog.
All my millions just goes to my dog.
But I think that'd be I would want to. So I've thought about this a lot before because I like to daydream. So I'm if I won the lottery, I would hire one of my friends to be my personal assistant. But in reality, we just go travel together.
Oh,
that'd be fun, wouldn't it?
What's weird is I've always been on the other end of that. I've always loved the idea of one of my friends getting super rich and hiring me as her personal assistant. Is that weird? Should I talk about that with my therapist? I want to feel useful, but I don't want the responsibility.
So you're just looking for a sugar daddy or sugar mama.
But I don't mind doing those types of tasks. That doesn't bother me. I enjoy them anyways.
I don't really want to hire them. I just want to almost pay for their friendship in the sense listen, I'm going to pay for you not have to work, but you got to travel with me and have fun with me.
Oh, I would be you want me to go get the dinner and the dry cleaning? I'm gonna go out anyways.
I'm gonna be listen, I don't need dry cleaning. I just throw my clothes away. I'm done wearing them.
So we've just negotiated the terms of your agreement to work together.
Okay.
And on that note,
I think we are done with this episode, you guys. Episode 6 is in the books. Thank you guys for listening. Again, if you have questions or thoughts for us, reach out to us at hello@wtfaqpodcast.com and check us out on Spotify, YouTube, or iTunes or anything else, anywhere else you get your podcast, really. Like your ham radio, whatever they're called.
The one where you just
Radio.
crank it for
crank it.
power.
Exactly what I was
I think
thinking.
I hear them, guys.
I can tell Stephanie's done with this episode because she really wants to eat on some crunchy cheese snacks. She's trying to be real quiet right now.
So glad I just want this cheese.
All right, you guys take care. We'll see you episode 7. Bye.
See you there.
Bye-bye.
Bye.